Hey guys, Artosis here with the BSL round of 4. This best of 7 is between ZhanHun and Dewalt, and if you've been watching the last couple days, you know this is game number 3. It's tied up 1-1 right now. Definitely very different styles from these two players. We're on Monopoly now, a very different 3-player map. Huge mains, so it does definitely feel like a great map for Reavers, which are, you know, obviously one of the most popular things in Protoss versus Protoss. And, you know, there's been a lot of hype, I think, and rightfully so, around the Chinese players kind of joining into BSL. They've been doing very well, getting a lot of wins, getting very deep overall. I mean, obviously, Mihu, kind of head and shoulders above everyone else, but ZhanHun looked pretty impressive against Gypsy. Here he is tied up 1-1 against Dewalt, and I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments. Who do you think actually looks better? And not just necessarily in this match, but just in general, if you've seen a decent amount of Dewalt and some of the other ZhanHun games. Because, honestly, like, I'm looking at it, and I think that ZhanHun he's very solid at macro, right? But I feel like, fundamentally, I like the way Dewalt is playing. And I guess that this comes through a lot when I'm casting Dewalt, that I point this out quite often, right? He's not quite as stylistic as a lot of the other top non-Korean Protoss players. He is someone who plays a little bit more of a Korean style, which, yeah, I guess that's a big part of why I think that. And the thing is, quote-unquote Korean style, I mean, you know, obviously not everyone in Korea plays the same way, but that's kind of speaking towards the pro scene, where it's like, okay, he has a lot of flexibility, his builds are always, like, well thought out, with good continuations to them. Where sometimes we see with some of these other players who are just like, I don't know, I sent a bunch of units, my macro's really good. It's like, okay, that's cool. You can play that way too. Anyways, the probes do pass each other here. ZhanHun turning around a little bit quicker. And, of course, on the 3-player map, you do end up scouting your opponent relatively quickly. This is going to be our first map, by the way, with a ramp. So maps with ramps, you almost never see things like 3-gate goon, which gives you a little bit more flexibility because you can kind of hold anything at the top of your ramp. Like, for instance, if your opponent went 3-gate goon and you're on, like, 1-gate robo into 2nd gate, you'll easily hold it at the top of the ramp with some solid micro. So they're not going to be too worried about things like that, which is a huge consideration on the more flat maps. Now, ZhanHun going to the bottom of that main already, just kind of going around, seeing what he can see. Range on the way, Dragoon on the way. Same over here, but there's actually a Zealot in the path. So very annoying. Ooh, I don't know if... Oh my god, I can't believe Dewalt cut that in. I think he might have been trying to use like a return cargo bug right here. I don't actually know how to do something like that, but... You know, if you hit, like, the C button or something when you have minerals in the in a worker's hand, they gain, like, walking over things. But you can't really make it go that way. I don't know. There are all sorts of little bugs that not even I can keep track of all of them. But anyways, the Zealot came out, and that means that Dewalt got in and got a decent scout. And the scout just kind of told him that ZhanHun is doing what he's doing. Right, and what he's really looking for there is, like, are you skipping range, basically, for something else, whether it's quick Citadel or, you know, quick Robo, whatever it might be. Because, on a ramped map, you could do something like that. You could skip range and try to do something a little bit out there. So, Robo is being made near the ramp on both sides. Very mirrored builds. Here's the 2nd gateway, and, oh, 3rd gateway here for Dewalt. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Let's see what ZhanHun does from here. Because if you see 3 gateway, it's not going to be Reaver. It's going to be like Observer Dragoon, right? You can't really afford 3-gate Dragoon production plus going into Reaver. It's way too mineral intensive. That's why, you know, you generally will see, if they're going Reaver, it's like Gate, Robo, Gate, and then it's like maybe Observer before Reaver even. So they build up that probe count a little bit more, but this is just going to be an Observer popping out. And you know what? Sometimes a move like this can end up paying off. Like, you see the Observatory for both sides. If Dewalt just makes Dragoons consistently here, there might be an attack timing that he gets to knock down this Nexus. We'll see. Dragoon just scouting the edge. I like his spread, so nothing can really scout him right now. Very hard to tell if you're ZhanHun out on the map with a probe what he's doing, whether it's an expansion or something else. Reaver Tech on the way. Still just 1 gateway. So we're about to be on 5 goons and a zealot. Over here we have 4 with 3 more about to pop, so it's going to be 7. So, you know, obviously an army lead here for Dewalt. And it looks like he'll probably go across the map and pressure. He's getting a pylon at his natural, so definitely getting ready for this next nexus. Another zealot is being made. You know, it can be hard to get in here and attack this correctly. So 7 goons against, again, 5 and a zealot. I feel like as Dewalt, you may want to try to pick off the zealot. Like, run in because it's in the front. Give it a volley. It'll start to walk towards you. Give it another volley. Try to knock that out, because if the zealot starts doing damage, then the 5 dragoons could end up taking this, especially the second zealot coming in. Okay, picks off the observer first. Very nicely done. Okay, he is going to go after the dragoons. Doesn't quite get that one. Does get that one. He's already lost 2 of his own, though. So trading 2 for 2 so far, and 3 for 3. And you can see how those zealots are really screwing up the map here, despite the fact that Dewalt has spent way more money on gateway units. Now, he does have more rally down. There's a Reaver here. He still needs these units for tanking for that Reaver a little bit. A good pullback there from Dewalt. Going to continue to try to put some damage on. His Observer, of course, showing him absolutely everything that's going on right now. Diving on that Reaver. Maybe the Reaver walked out too far. Oh my god, insane Scarab. Doesn't get another one off, unfortunately. The Zealot's still dealing huge amounts of damage to these Dragoons. Dude, like, ZhanHun's Zealots are screwing up Dewalt so much. Look at that, 1 left over. But the Nexus is done. Let's take a look at that worker count. Very, very even at the moment. Dewalt's Nexus is honestly not that far behind. He is getting into his own Reaver Tech here. Has a shuttle out. So at the end of the day, like, who do we look at as having won that? Dewalt has way more intel with his Observer. He did kill an Observer as well. The probe count, though, is even. 3 gates against 2, with a 3rd one coming. And both sides going Reaver. So, honestly, it seems pretty even overall. I gotta say, I feel like I like... well, I mean, there's 1 additional Reaver out, so robo build time is definitely a factor also. But I kind of like Dewalt just slightly, I guess, because we don't have any info here for ZhanHun. So ZhanHun doesn't really have a huge amount of options. Like, he's just kind of turtling, right? Like, he's got another Reaver, puts his pylon forward a little bit. He is getting shuttle speed, which is going to be very nice for him, and an Observer, which he definitely needs. So as shuttle speed finishes, I'll definitely like his position a bit more, but as of right now, he is playing a bit in the dark. Now, Dewalt going across the map right now with his first Reaver. May try to do a little bit of a push here. All right, in comes the Reaver. Ooh. Gets 1 Scarab off. Oh my god, oh my god. Okay, well, now obviously Dewalt in some trouble there, right? Like, he took some big volleys. He took a Scarab on the Reaver, then he took big volleys on the shuttle, and then the shuttle got picked off as it picked up the Reaver. So, much better position for ZhanHun at this point. He also has gone up 4 probes during this, so his probe production has been more steady. He's about to have shuttle speed. Yeah, everything's starting to look better. And honestly, I'm starting to like ZhanHun's play a bit. Like, he's sitting back a little bit more defensively in these early games. Like, he's getting his expansion up quickly. He's getting into, you know, the very nice shuttle speed to go with those Reavers, giving himself some flexibility with that. All right, shuttle speed is done. ZhanHun ready to push forward. They're actually at the same army supply right now. Let's see. I love this positioning. He's going to catch that Observer. Great pickoff from Dewalt. And now ZhanHun obviously can't just walk up here. Well, he doesn't know if Dewalt has repositioned, so maybe he'll check that. Flying through the center. Don't forget there is a center expansion. We never see it really taken or anything. Oh, a probe in a perfect location to see that incoming Reaver drop. But Dewalt with plenty of units playing the defense here. Just a very small forward army to catch any incoming attacks. The probe sees it. Dewalt sees it. Comes forward. He's down 11 probes right now, by the way. Just want to throw that out there. ZhanHun picking off a couple of units. Dewalt has a big army, though. He's actually a little bit bigger as far as army supply goes. But hold on, this speed shuttle going into the main base. Probes, for the most part, being pulled. A few Dragoons coming up to try to clean this out. His building placement not helping him, that's for sure. Trying to catch this shuttle before it goes out. Oh my god, oh my god! Doesn't quite get it. ZhanHun makes it out some way, somehow. But more probes have been lost for Dewalt, so once again we have him at a big probe deficit. He was actually even as his Nexus finished. But the probe production of ZhanHun just a bit better. Okay, where are we going to go from here? ZhanHun, we see legs, +1. More gateways coming up. So he is transitioning into that Zealot, and then, of course, Archon will be coming up next. We just saw the Temple Archive go down. Whereas Dewalt right now, just going gung-ho on making Dragoons and Reavers. So adding some Observers now as well, getting ready possibly for another base. But it's very Dragoon Reaver heavy. Now, eventually you do need to get into, unless you, obviously you can kill your opponent sometimes just with the Dragoon Reaver, but obviously, you know, Speed Zealots, we've already seen slow Zealots, even if they're hitting Dragoons, do a great job. Speed Zealots going to be a bit more fearsome, but Reavers can dismantle them. Let's see now. They fly in against each other. Ooh, neither side loses their shuttle, so that's the most important first thing to check. All right, turns around, picks off the Observer. Decent Scarab shots here from ZhanHun. More Reavers coming down. Dewalt fighting back, pushes him back for now. Pretty even now as far as that army supply goes. More Zealots and High Templars on the way here to make some Archons. Dewalt just producing Dragoons. Here we go. Pushes forward with this massive amount of Dragoons going after the Reavers. A dive onto the shuttle. The shuttle of ZhanHun goes down. Some great Scarabs go down as well. Down goes Dewalt's shuttle. Also another Reaver coming up from that low ground. But look at this. The Zealots coming in and making a huge difference. Dewalt has to micro back against that, but the flank of Dragoons comes up also. But honestly, I am liking this a lot for ZhanHun. As everything kind of starts to fall apart and it becomes chaotic, these Zealots are going to be worth their weight in gold. Speed Zealots pushing those Dragoons back oh so quickly. Still, just Dragoons as well as Reaver production here for Dewalt. Still don't see a Citadel, so still kind of stuck on that tech. Third base coming up for ZhanHun, leading in that macro pretty significantly, as he tends to do. I'm not sure what the plan is here for Dewalt, honestly. I hate his position right now. Couple more gates. Ah, Scarab damage. Okay, okay. This kind of makes sense, right? Like, he's way behind the Zealot transition here, and it doesn't really feel like he can get into it very cleanly. And he is going to go into Scarab damage, which actually has gotten more popular in the last year, year and a half. That's going to deal 25% more damage per Scarab, which can definitely help to blow up these Zealots a lot more quickly. But the one thing I'm afraid of here is ZhanHun very smartly is getting into Psystorm. And Psystorm is such a good counter against Reavers. They're just too slow to move out from underneath it. Oh, nice little DT block, by the way. So definitely for me, still liking ZhanHun here. Way up in supply, has that third Nexus up. Dewalt having a hard time getting his even started. Oh my god, the Psystorm draw. just massacring the probes. Obviously, the shuttle will go down there. Oh, a couple of Zealots dropped off in the main base. That was a very nice tactic. Hits with the Zealots after that storm drop goes down. DT over here as well, doing a little bit. And now suddenly we're up 21 workers for ZhanHun, as well as tech. It's got +1. Dewalt must have plus. No, he doesn't even have +1. Oh my god, ZhanHun is ahead in every single way. Like, the only thing Dewalt really has going for him right now is Scarab damage, right? Pretty sure. Like, he has to win on this attack, I think. There's really not another option, but the amount of Psystorms, the amount of Zealots out, it seems impossible. I don't know how in the world you could ever win this incoming battle. It's down 50 supply. Almost half of that's in workers, but still. Lots of gates in the main base of ZhanHun. Here we go now, Dewalt coming down. See what these Reavers can get done. Psystorm on the Reavers immediately. Dewalt picks up one, picks up the other. The amount of Zealots is looking overwhelming. Does end up losing that shuttle. The Scarab's going to be fired out. Oh, another very nice Psystorm does end up going down. And ZhanHun just going to overwhelm at this point. Dewalt with nothing left over. GG, ZhanHun goes up 2-1.